Pay360 is a conference that's been set up because there's a storm brewing in the payments regulation arena. There's 4 new directives coming from Europe that will have an impact on the payments industry and its well-being. And we are bringing together some of the people who designed and engineered these regulations and some of those people who are experts in commenting on them to be able to share their views and discuss with the industry what they mean and what impact they'll have.
This is the first time that we've had the established payments industry, so the schemes, the banks, the money issuers, the payment services providers, along with the dynamic virtual currency providers, the market disruptors, the people who are looking to really turn payments upside down and create something more interesting, more appetizing for the client. If you then add in the regulators, so the people who will actually legislate to either assist or to prevent this from entering the mainstream, even law enforcement as well, who have typically some preconceived notions of how this kind of thing might be used. Getting all those 3 parties together and allowing them to discuss openly their concerns, I can't imagine why somebody wouldn't want to go to that.
Everybody's had death by PowerPoint, and legal and regulatory and compliance issues don't tend to be the most exciting things in the world to talk about. So what we've got is a format that allows people to not only hear from the people who designed and wrote the regulations, but also a chance to talk in the round at a workshop style, and then to challenge the panelists through some questions in a highly interactive format.
Rather than the traditional 40-minute talk followed by a short Q&A, we will have a short introduction which sets out the particular topic. The delegates will then have the opportunity to talk amongst themselves, discuss with their peers the kind of questions and issues that they've got, and then they can put those questions directly, not only to the representatives from the European Commission or from the regulator, but also to a larger panel of industry experts and industry practitioners who are faced with similar issues. So in that way, they can get their opinions across before something actually becomes legislation, potentially influence the way the regulators are currently thinking about a particular subject. And I guess probably the most important one for me here is the virtual currency side, because at the moment, regulators and the European Commission don't have, in my view, a particularly rounded knowledge or deep understanding. When you have a situation like that, what can happen is that hearsay and rumour becomes fact in their eyes, and you can end up with legislation that frankly goes against the grain of what a product is trying to achieve. This is a chance to stop that kind of thing from happening.
It's taking place at the Grange Hotel, a 5-star hotel in the city. And we're hoping for a couple of hundred people to get together to really get to grips with what the potential tsunami of regulations is going to mean for our industry.
You're getting the chance to talk to a whole cross-section of an industry. You don't normally get this opportunity, not in this format. Yes, you can go to a conference, you can listen to somebody on stage tell you their opinion. You don't typically get the chance to challenge that opinion. Equally, the way conferences are normally laid out, you don't, within the confines of a presentation, you don't really have the opportunity to discuss what's being said with the people around you. You have to wait for a coffee break, and at which point it's too late. The speaker's gone. If what they've said is negative, the damage is done because the rest of delegates have now heard that. In this format, you get to discuss that with everybody, and then you can actually stand up and just maybe that one thing you say, that one small comment, is what changes the attitude and approach of the person from government, from European Commission, from law enforcement, and makes them maybe stop and rethink what they were going to do. I just think that the opportunity here is absolutely huge.